Hey everybody, John Ponick with the Mojave Valley Daily News. This is our regular Thursday at 4 o'clock Valley Voices. Today I have Dr. Carolyn Hamblin. She is the Dean of Student and Community Engagement at the Bullhead City campus of the Mojave Community College.
That's me.
How are you?
Great, how are you?
I'm great.
Good.
Thank you for coming in. We appreciate having you here. So we're going to, got a bunch of things here, a lot of things going on at MCC that we're going to talk about. Dr. Hamlin is fresh off of the Backpack Buddies, so she's
Casual.
she's a little bit chilled today. So so we'll try not to keep her here too long. If you have questions, go ahead and put them in the comments here, and we will ask Dr. Hamlin to address those things. So
I will certainly do that.
you guys have been swamped over there, huh?
We've been swamped. Lots
Yeah.
of stuff going on, a lot of exciting stuff. It's really good.
Yeah, they sent me over a whole list of new faculty members that you have and different programs that are going on, and a new welding building and culinary stuff and HVAC stuff you were talking about and that. So a lot of great stuff. Let's start with, first of all, it says college is currently enrolling students for the fall semester, which starts
semester.
August 23rd.
August 23rd. Yeah, we're getting really excited about that.
But you guys made some changes. I know that going through COVID, you had, all right, everybody out kind of a thing.
We did. We went remote, and we stayed remote. There was always that, I don't know, back and forth. And we just decided for both fall and spring semester, if we're going to start remote, we're going to stay remote all the way through the end. So that's what we did. Starting August 2nd, we're just going back to, I hate this phrase, the new normal.
Yeah.
So we're having full classes, face-to-face classes. Some students really like the remote learning, and so we will offer some of those. One good thing about COVID, if there is such a thing, it forced the college to be really innovative, really fast. Usually colleges are just kind of slow to turn the boat. and we turned on a dime, and there were a lot of really creative instructional things going on. And some of the courses really lend themselves surprisingly well to remote learning. So
And I would think that that'd be
we'll continue that.
Yeah. I think that would be beneficial to a lot of, I would think that you have a lot of parents that are coming back to school, and now I can stay home and have the kids here.
Exactly.
And that,
Exactly.
good. But some things you just need to be there for. Huh?
Some, like welding,
Kinda hard to
you
weld
really
remotely.
have to be on campus for welding and auto.
We did get a question right off the bat. Barbara Lawrence asked about programs for seniors. Do you have programs specifically for seniors?
We don't have anything that's like senior college, but we do have what's called community education classes. Those are classes that are not for credit.
Certificate kind of thing?
Some of them lead to certificates, others don't. Some are just for interest. We have a lot of interest in ceramics, for example. Some of our art classes, some of our fitness classes. But we also do short classes, a lot of things for business, a lot of things. Seniors really like our computer classes, introducing people to the computers and how to use them. And if you are interested in a credit class, we do have a discounted rate, a greatly discounted rate for seniors.
That's awesome. Good.
It is awesome.
Yeah, I would think there'd be a lot of things that especially when you talk about computers, there's a good segment out there that, Scotty McClure at every Bullhead City Council meeting complains about having to go on the computer for something. And I'm thinking that's not a rebel thing. I'm thinking that's more of a I don't know how kind of a thing. So.
I'm thinking so.
Oh, Scott
Getting
Foster.
questions all over.
Yeah, what music programs are available and what ages?
Oh, I wish we had more. Music is my first love.
Is it?
It really is.
You want to start a band?
I did that. Been there, done that.
Jeff said.
Didn't we all do a band? Really, the only music that we have right now is music appreciation as part of the general education course. We don't have the equipment or the facility or the instructors to really put together a good music program. But was that Scott, you say?
Yeah, Scott Foster.
Hey, Scott, if you're a musician and would like to put something together, contact me.
You know what? That's one of the things that I really like, and I was talking to somebody about it the other day with the college. Whenever there's a need in the community, it seems like Dot Foods is coming into the community. They need a program to get truck drivers, and then the college steps in and says, "We're going to give you an office over here. We're going to work with you on the curriculum." Jason Gee,
he's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, that's an even greater emphasis now with our new president. You know, we just created a 5-year strategic plan, and a lot of that strategic plan is about listening to the community, finding out what we need, and being responsive. Sometimes we can't offer, what people want. There are a couple of programs. We get vet tech requests every couple of years. Please look into it. Yeah, veterinary technicians. But where there's on-the-job training and no certification required or licensing required, we could develop a program and then charge a whole bunch of money for you to take that, and then you get a job, and they would love to have you there, but you could just walk in to that veterinarian and get OJT. So it's really not a responsible thing to do. So sometimes we can't meet the needs, but if we can do it, we will do it, like a music program.
I think that your first student is sitting right next to me.
I'll be the second.
Yeah,
Great.
I would go do it.
We can do a band.
For sure.
I've been trying to get Kirk Tracy to teach me how to play saxophone. I know Kirk watches our show, so
yeah.
Kirk, if you go down there and develop a course with Dr. Hamlin and Jason, I'll be your first saxophone student.
Sweet.
Okay.
I do want to mention, while we're talking about music, you may remember that our foundation, the Mojave Community College Foundation, when Sean Bristol was the dean, they had this big choir, and every Christmas they do. Guess what we're doing again?
Are you really?
We are.
Oh,
Sean's
that's awesome.
doing it again.
I know a couple people, Sean and Mary Schramm, and a couple other people that were involved in that, and they were heartbroken when that came to a stop. So.
It was tough. It was tough. So everybody I know that knows about it is just thrilled and excited.
Yeah, I won't be participating in that, Jeff. Not with these.
I got you.
With the
Saxophone is
tin ear,
probably the end of it.
tin ear.
Kid Nick may be a good resource. Yeah. That good, although I love to teach it. All right, so you were talking about people or training that's needed in the community, and a couple of new things that you guys have added, and one that you've expanded. So let's start with the one that you've expanded.
Oh yeah,
your HVAC classes.
That one's really exciting. Our HVAC, that's heating, ventilation, air conditioning. Is that right?
That is. Good for you.
Our HVAC class filled up like within a week of opening. There's so much interest in the HVAC program. It's a great program. Stackable certificates, which is jargon, and you can ask me about it some other time. But it filled up, and then we had people on the waiting list. And I just learned this morning that they doubled the number of slots in there. They were able to get some, arranged for some extra teachers. So we've doubled our HVAC program.
That's awesome.
Just this morning. So
yeah, and
I'm super excited about
I had
that
the
one.
opportunity once to go tour through the HVAC lab there, and it's pretty impressive.
It's really awesome.
Yeah.
We have some trainers. We just got, I want to say last year, because in my mind the COVID year is like not there.
Flush that one, yeah.
But the last not COVID year, we just got some really cool trainers, brand new trainers that, those are the, like simulators, I guess you'd call them. They're really fun. Really fun.
Well, we know that the HVAC guys here are really taxed, and all of our construction industries are
All
really
of
taxed.
it. I hear it over and over.
Yeah. Is there anything that you guys, I know that we're going to touch on it, the welding building.
Welding.
Yeah.
Yeah, we, right now we have, what we did was carve some space out of the HVAC lab to create a welding space. But we can only fit six booths in there. So we're limited in how many welders we could put out. So we got some one-time only money from the state for career and tech ed. So we built, or are in the process of building, a new welding space. We'll have 12 great booths in there with all the ventilation. We'll have the classroom area in the same space, which my PhD is in instruction, curriculum and instruction. So I love this so much because it means you can be in the classroom learning some theory, and then you can walk right over to the booth and do it. And then ask the questions and come back and forth. I mean, that kind of learning is so much superior to
On-hand training.
Yes.
That's right. Hands-on training is really wonderful, and it's a cool building, and it's. I'm just super excited about that.
It's
And
great.
so is HVAC, because then they will use that space for fabrication.
I don't know. My wife, for some reason, wants to learn to weld.
It's fun to weld. Really
so
is.
much interest from women.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Is it a Flashdance thing? Because wasn't the girl from Flashdance? She was a welder.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you, but most of your audience won't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's true, John. You're showing your
Oh,
age.
Darn it.
But a lot of the high school girls, I'm doing new student orientation, and every time we do a career tech ed one, there's a girl who wants to do welding for one reason or another.
And I know that the underwater welders they make the big bucks, right?
They
the
do.
Underwater welding.
They do.
Oh my gosh.
But you have to be away for 6 months at a
Yeah.
time. I mean,
What's 6 months?
But you're making.
Oh, Maria's
I'll
watching.
tell you a story about that after this is over. Tom.
About were you a traveling welder?
No,
at one point?
She was
but
an
I knew
underwater
one.
welder?
I knew
Okay.
one, and I'll tell you guys that
All right.
story.
Um,
It's not appropriate for on air.
and and that's a good segue to some of the other things. Along with the CTE programs, do you have placement things that go with them
You
for
mean
helping them to
job
get,
placement?
Yeah.
They are, every one of them so far are hired. The market is so hot right now. I'm thinking auto's a great one to go into right now. Every time I get my oil changed, someone who shall remain nameless comes out and tells me, we need your people, we need your people,
Really?
we need your people. So yeah, we don't have a dedicated career center on campus, but for the CTE, they typically either do internships or apprenticeships, or if they don't, like in welding, the teachers are so connected with the community that the
They
students
call up the teacher and say, "Hey, I need."
They
somebody,
do.
and-
That's exactly what happens. Our advisory board members and everybody, they say, send somebody. So
That's great.
it's really, we have really high placements.
So you doubled the size of your welding area. So now instead of 6 students, you can take 12 students at a time.
Well, we can do more than 12 because
Oh, you
that's
still have the
12
other ones
at a
still?
time, but then
Oh,
you can
all right,
have
yeah.
multiple classes throughout the day. So
Is that
yeah.
program pretty well full?
it's not full yet, but it will. It will.
Well, I expect my wife to be on there today. Do you need a respiratory therapy program? Okay, they're asking about doing a respiratory therapist program. That's my favorite lady right there, Nicole Lewis.
Got some fans. You got
Yeah.
some fans watching.
We were talking about your stalkers before we came.
Yes,
on.
we
She was
were.
doing your stalkers.
Nicole's not a stalker.
You also
Just a
have
friend.
You've enhanced your culinary program.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
Yes, this is really exciting.
Okay.
So I don't know if you've met Chef Elena. Oh, you haven't? You have to. She's amazing. She's so cool.
I want to meet anybody that has chef in front of them.
I do too.
I am a food person.
The best thing I ever did, and maybe the worst, is come work at a campus with a culinary program.
Yeah.
She studied under Wolfgang Puck.
Oh,
So everything she does is just perfect and beautiful and delicious all at the same time.
Yeah.
And that's a hard combination. And she has just rewritten our curriculum. We brought in, before we actually hired her, we brought in a consultant to look at our culinary programs. And one thing he recommended is find a niche, find your niche. And the niche here is indigenous foods. It's not something that's being done everywhere.
Really?
It's a context under which you can do everything. You can do baking, you can do proteins, you can
Sure.
do everything within that context. But see how your eyebrows went,
Yeah.
whoa,
Yeah.
that's it's a whoa program. And then she's rearranging everything now so that instead of, like in high school, you would do 5 stoves in a row or 5 blenders, and everybody would be blending and everybody would be prepping all at the same time. She says that's not how you work. We're getting you ready to work. So she's doing a line, and she's teaching them how to do a line. So we have a context, we have a niche niche foods, delicious foods, but still all of our competencies. And I think this can be really what we become known for here in Bullhead City, and frankly for Mojave Community College. And I think once we're established, we can recruit some students, from all over the Southwest. It's a real niche thing. And we're so excited that in our long-term capital plans, we're talking about a culinary building. Wow. And it will have, a kitchen. Right now, people go to our 600 building. I know you've been in there. That's like our square room that we rent out for everything. And it's awkward when you want to feed people and caterers have to come in. That'll have besides the regular teaching kitchen, it'll have one of the small kitchens like they have at Anderson Fieldhouse, and a dining room so that we can have community groups there, so that we could, there are just 1,000 things you could do with that.
So they're preparing the food there rather than over there and bringing it into that room. Wow. And it really surprises me when you say that could be what MCC, because right now I believe, in my opinion, from the outside, that MCC is really known for your medical.
Yep.
For your nursing
Bullhead
programs
City.
And all that.
Many thanks to BHHS legacy.
100%. Yeah, they're awesome.
100%. Yeah, we are, and I don't think we'll ever not be. But adding the culinary thing on it. But the culinary portion isn't preparing people to cook over at the casinos or something. It absolutely is.
Is it?
Sure. Yep. By doing the line, they'll be able to walk straight into a casino and have that experience. Instead of saying, I know how to prep vegetables, they can say, I know how to prep vegetables on a line like what you do in your kitchen. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and that starts in 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
All right, so when that gets rolling, when they start actually preparing food, I would assume that it's going to be something just like
Oh, I thought you wanted an invite, John.
I'm not there yet, Jeff.
He's getting there.
I feel it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
You see it too.
It's coming. I always see it. Whenever I bring up culinary, I get the ask.
Food.
I get the ask.
Volunteering my time that if you need somebody to come out and help grade things or how when they do the dental programs, they always say, you can come down here and we'll do your cavities or whatever.
Right.
I'm just volunteering.
Okay.
Well, you need somebody.
We will need some press as we roll this out, and have our big rollout.
Jeff can take
We'll
pictures.
have a dinner, and we'll need to have some
Hey,
press
pictures
there.
of you eating.
Can we go through those before you publish them? I don't want to.
No, we cannot.
Nicole. Oh, so they posted. Nicole posted links to the pages there. Somebody earlier had asked about the programs, how they could get a list of the programs that are there. That's something that they could, I guess, go through those, mojave.edu for the...
Oh, and Nicole put it there. Thank you, Nicole. Yeah, it's right there on our webpage, mojave.edu. And if you go to the catalog, it lists all of our programs.
We do have a video of one of your, I'm thinking he's a graduate, right? Giovanni Hartford? Yeah, MCC graduate, Marine Corps veteran, finds success in surgical technology. So Jeff, if you could bring that up and let's take a look at Giovanni Hartford.
My grandfather, he had a lot of medical procedures happen to him. So when he passed away from colon cancer. And when that happened, I really wanted to make sure I knew what was going on so I can at least help my family when they're uncertain, because surgery is not exactly a fun thing. I can't tell you how many times the patient comes in and they're extremely scared, they don't want to be there, and just knowing that after it's all said and done, they're in good hands. I'm in charge of pretty much anything that's sterile, making sure that the patient's draped properly, making sure that everything's on my mail stand correctly, just making sure that everything is correct for the procedure. The very first time I got to see the internal structures of a human anatomy, it blew my mind. I was like, the fact that I'm able to be in here and watch this and help and continue, it's amazing. From high school, went straight into the Marine Corps. From the Marine Corps, got out, And basically at that point, medical was really something I wanted. I've met a couple of teachers that were very passionate about community college. You know, it was very inspiring to stay here and get my degree here. They actually already offered me a job, which is very, very, very exciting. So as of right now, this is the first step into the surgical world. I am Giovanni Hartford, and I am MCC.
Well, that's awesome. Congratulations to him. I obviously thank you for his time in the Marine Corps as well. That's awesome. So he went off to the Marines, then came back, returned back to school. Mm-hmm. You have a new program that you are offering up to $2,000. Not you personally. This doesn't come out of your pocket.
It does not come out of my pocket, no.
All right, offering up to $2,000 a year scholarships for former students who never completed their degree or certificate. We know that it was real difficult with people starting, and then COVID hit, and I've got to take care of kids, or I've got to take care of parents, and lost my job, or whatever. Can you tell us about this program?
Yeah. It's called Return to Learn. It's exactly what you're saying. You know, some of the people who, we call it stopped out, were really close to a degree, or like halfway through, you know, and it's only going to take one more year or a couple more semesters. And some people who stopped out had a bill of $150 or something, you know, or $300, and that's sometimes that's enough to keep you.
Sure.
I mean, that's a big chunk to come up with all at once. And so we did some brainstorming and thought, you know, maybe we can help at least a little with the financial burden of coming back. And if we can encourage the students to come back as full-time students, then they can get it done quickly, get their training, and then move on in their careers. So we have either a $1,000 scholarship or a $2,000 scholarship, and that depends on what your grade point average was before when you stopped out. So if you were getting C's and a few B's, you're going to get $1,000. And if you're getting A's and B's, you're going to get $2,000. And that goes straight to your account. So if there's any money owing, it's wiped out. And then you can spend it on your credit card for textbooks or for whatever else you need, gas, childcare, whatever else you need.
Wow, that's awesome. I know a lot of people were really hurt, and it kind of put them in especially if you're paycheck to paycheck and you're really working hard to finish up your degree, and then you lose your job or whatever else. Suddenly the kids are home because schools are shut, and can't afford childcare and going to school. So.
And like you said, those remote learning classes or the online classes really benefit students who don't have the daycare, don't have the jobs. So
that's something that they can go to the website and just find Return to Learn, or
they can just contact the call center, and they can just go on the website and look for the call center to contact us, or go to Student Services. There's about 100 ways to find it, or call me.
We're just going to put Carolyn. We're just going to put Dr. Hamblin.
My contact information on there.
Yes, we're just going to put
my cell phone's on my card, as a matter of fact. Text
Is
me.
it really?
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
is.
know that. Wow.
I'm that kind of a guy, John.
Good for you.
Very accessible.
In there, Scott.
John's not that guy.
I try not to be that guy. All right, I want to run through some of your new staff real quick, and point out a couple people on the college, at the college-wide leadership level, but new staff at Bullhead City. Financial aid office tech, Paul Jameson. Supplemental welding instructor, Michael Trogdon. Nursing faculty, Kyra Schmidt. Facilities, Dave Mendez. High school office technician, Jackie Diaz.
Yeah.
On the college-wide leadership, which it seemed for a while there, we were getting press releases on college-wide stuff, every couple of days.
Dr. Klippenstein, our president, is what you call a transformational leader. He transforms things, and if you've ever met him or dealt with him, you can see all the things that are happening. And as part of that, he's reorganized and and hired a whole bunch of really cool people to do some really great stuff.
Well, I think you coming in, and then it was, a year later that Dr. Klippenstein came in. I think
Yep,
that's
it was
really
just a
kind
year.
of changed the way things have been handled over there. So we're in great shape. College-wide leadership, Executive Vice President for Enrollment and Instruction, Dr. Tim Culver. Dean of Workforce and Partnership Development, Dr. Kirk Lacey. Dean of General Education and Transfer, interim, Lucinda Lugers.
Yeah, well done. I just wanted to see how he did it, and he got it.
Dean of Health Professions, Dr. Lilia Tishenko.
Oh, good job.
Pinecker.
He's been practicing
Oh,
this
Pinegar, so he does
before
names.
the show.
Yeah, I do names, yes. Vice President for Administrative Service, Jennifer Dixon. Director of Employee Services, Jennifer Picard. And Director of Facility Management, Don Montgomery. So a lot of good additions. We'd like to welcome everybody to our communities and to the area here. So you guys are just plowing forward, huh?
We are. This whole college-wide leadership that you described represents an exciting new organizational structure, with the career and tech ed. What is Kirk? I have to get his workforce and partnership development. Dr. Lacey is meeting with, and anyone out there who wants to meet with him, let me know. We'll take you to lunch and pay for it. I know. Not you. Well, anybody.
Jeff doesn't eat. Look at him. He's down like
I do
140
too
pounds.
eat. I eat all the time.
All right.
When we were talking about workforce development and listening to the community, that's his job, is to go all over Mojave County, find out what we need, and help develop the things that we need.
All right. Well, I'll be calling him because we need to get some
'Cause it's free
journalism.
food?
No. I mean, you did throw that in, but the journalism thing.
So journalism, you might want to listen to Lugers, because that's under Gen Ed.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't be a CTE thing, huh? Okay.
We can make it.
Anything we don't have on here that we need to talk about?
How about Backpack Buddies?
Yeah, let's
Just
talk
for the
about
fun
Backpack
of it,
Buddies. You had
because
your
it's been
dental-
going all week.
Yeah, you had your dental program.
Our dental
right?
program is there all week long. Tracy Gift is our director. She's amazing.
Yeah.
She's really amazing. And she brings different students every day. They have like 4 stations, and they sit down with 3 kids on the floor, literally, with 3 kids at a time. It's just so cute. And they have these puppets, like a dragon or a dinosaur. I don't know what they are, but they're puppets, and they have a little bulb inside so you can squeeze it. So when it's time to spit, the puppets squirt out water.
Oh, that's funny.
Which the kids can't stop talking about.
Yeah.
It's great. And they teach them, they have big teeth, and they teach them how to brush their teeth, and then the kids get to brush big teeth, and then they take toothbrushes home. And this morning, one, I want to say student because that's who I am, one student said, is this toothbrush just for me?
Wow.
And Tracy said, yes. And she starts throwing more,
Extra ones in?
more
Yes.
toothbrushes. And then another one said, what did she say? My sister can't come today and she doesn't have a toothbrush. And again, it's toothbrushes. It's such a powerful program, and our dental programs are integral to that, to the teaching them how to brush their teeth. And then we also have volunteers from all across the college, and it's just such an amazing thing that Legacy does there.
Yeah, I did something not too long ago. I don't remember what it was, but I had a chance to talk about the Legacy Foundation and how anything big that's happening in the community, you can
Legacy's
expect
in it.
Legacy's involved in it, or they did it, or they donated a pile of money to it, whatever.
Yep.
It's
They
an
are
amazing
there.
organization for sure.
They are there.
Well, all right. I think
Well,
that's
thank
it.
you.
Thank you. I
Thank you.
appreciate
It's
having
always
you
a
come
pleasure
in.
to see you, John.
Dr. Carolyn Hamblin, Dean of Student and Community
Community
Engagement
Engagement
at
at
Ooh,
Mojave.
nailed it.
And we're going to, I'll put her cell phone number up in the comments so you can get a hold of her. For
Maybe my
anything.
email.
Just call over to the college, and they are very helpful. They will work with you if you're a construction trade or something and you're needing help, or you have some ideas,
Have some ideas.
Jason and Dr. Hamlin are good people to work with, and they're always there. So that's it. Thank you, everybody. Remember,
Thank you.
Daily Dose tomorrow morning at 7:30. We will see you then. Jeff, thank you.
Thank you.